Hello everyone, my name is Raymond. Today, you guys know what I'm going to talk about. It's a little bit sensitive for someone who are non-Americans. Personally, the reason why I would like to start this conversation today is because I, as a non-American, I'm actually a Malaysian, I found myself pretty fascinated with presidential candidates running in your 2020 presidential election. So we all heard about Donald Trump. The reason why I'm using we is because the rest of the world actually do know who President Donald Trump. The way he have chosen to do a certain decision can be a little bit reckless, and I try to be as politically correct as possible because I know that who am I to talk about or to criticize your president, right? Let's take a step back and have a look at what's the difference between United States, the government, versus Malaysia. So I'm not sure if you guys heard about Malaysia. For those of you who are obviously not Malaysian, Malaysia actually have a constitutional monarchy, which is the same as how British have their prime minister, and in which United States have a federal government, in which you will have president, we have prime minister in the leader of the government, right? So although we do have king, in which we call them sultans, they don't have a direct influence towards the decision making of the country. To keep it very, very simple like that. The reason why I'm here today, just to make it simple, I am a Yanggang, right? So why is there is a non-American that is a Yanggang? I've been sharing a lot with my family and friends. The easiest thing that I would talk to my family and friends would be, do you know that there is this Asian American Chinese that is running for American president representing Democrats that is doing pretty well in a presidential candidacy? That's how I actually say to them. And my next phase would be, his plan is very simple. He wants to give all the Americans $1,000 a month, whoever that are 18 years old and above. So then again, I will slowly explain to them where did he plan to get all the money from and his thoughts about the fourth industrial revolution. And one of the most obvious thing that I started to talk to people about it is that his point of view towards Donald Trump, it's very, very different from the rest of the candidates. People have been criticizing how Donald Trump got elected in the first place, the Russian, probably a little bit about Hillary Clinton's email and everything. I do learn about that, and thanks to the late night shows that I watch a lot, like Seth Meyers, Stephen Colbert, my personal favorite, Trevor Noah, right? Thanks to them, we do keep in touch the rest of the world, the American politics, because it's as entertaining as it was. And of course, to make my opinion valid is that I do watch some official news like CNN and MSNBC, PBS as well. But to listen a little bit from the other side, I do listen to Fox and Friends once in a while. The real reason why I learned about Andrew Yang is because of Joe Rogan's podcast. When he first shared his thoughts in Joe Rogan's podcast, that's when I started to find myself fascinated by his point of view, his thoughts, his futuristic policies and everything. And I learned even more when I visited his website. As much as I wanted to donate to his grassroots campaigns, I found myself not qualified to do that because I'm not American. But that's basically it. For those people who don't know who Andrew Yang is, the summary of who he is planning to give $1,000 a month to all the Americans. Before he started to run for president, he actually is an entrepreneur that's operating a non-profit called Venture for America. It is actually the ambassador for President Obama in helping to create employment opportunities via startups. I'm not sure if I'm exactly right about that, but if in case I'm wrong, please leave a comment section below and let me know the real business objective of Venture for America. The reason that he is an entrepreneur actually makes me further like him more because I'm an entrepreneur myself and I do learn a lot about him as a candidate, right? And he actually currently polling at 4%, and he's actually currently, to make it very simple, he's actually top 5 or 6 in the Democrats candidates. Obviously, for obvious reason, as I dive in further, I have to say that for me to share who this candidate is to actually tell my family and friends that, do you know that in America there is this Asian American Chinese that is doing very, very well in this Democratic presidency? So that's where it captures people's attention. In my country, among my circle of friends, it is not a really important point when it comes to selecting a president, but that's a way for me to actually makes my point valid and capture my family and friends' attention. To further add-ons is that he's a forward-thinking guy. He brought up the idea of fourth industrial revolution, and that is why it automates a lot of manufacturing jobs that creates unemployment. Yep, to a lot of big states in America. He is actually ready to and equipped with a lot of very futuristic, fresh and brave solution which is why it makes him different from a lot of other candidates. If you watch the debates, right? A lot of candidates during the debates, they sort of like, they tend to beat around the bush and don't answer the questions directly. And they tend to beat around the bush, which is why it makes Andrew Yang, this candidate, very, very different and very, very appealing to me. Is that the way he answers questions, he's laser sharp focused, and he actually creates an impact whenever he have opportunity to speak on the stage. Although we do know during his previous debates, he don't get enough chance to speak up about thoughts because he have the least speaking time. And I do appreciate on his latest debate, they actually gave him more opportunity to speak, which is something that I personally appreciate him being able to do so. I'm grateful that he actually sees the opportunity and really creates a big impact. So in case a lot of you will be wondering like, how did a non-American learn so much about Americans' election? And I would have to give credit to all the late night talk show hosts that I mentioned earlier, because I'm a big fan of them. I like how transparent America is in allowing, the politics to be part of the entertainment in order to capture the people's attention. And for some reason, YouTube algorithm actually allows me to actually watch it, and eventually got obsessed with it and subscribe to all of these topics revolving around President Donald Trump and so Yanggang. So which is why right now that I am proudly say that I'm part of the Yanggang, and I love the idea of a math make America think harder. I hope one day there is a prime minister that can make Malaysian think harder. That's probably about it. One more thing that I would like to really highlight is that Andrew Yang actually gave a really, really good answer when people asked him about Donald Trump. Yes, he got impeached, but a lot of people have been trash talking him about how he got elected, probably because of Russia's spy and probably a little bit about Hillary Clinton. All in all, then again, I'm not sure if my point even valid over here, my talking point even valid, because again, I'm not an American, but I would like to let whoever that is Yanggang know that actually there are a non-American that loves your presidential candidate Yanggang. That's the end of my video today. So if you like, please subscribe, leave me a thumbs up, and hit the bell button. If you guys like me to talk more about Andrew Yang, please leave a comment at the comment section below. I would really appreciate it. I would see you guys probably next time. Peace out.